Boswell set to kick off.
On to get us started now, the kicker, Chris Boswell. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The reigning league MVP Lamar Jackson trotting onto the field and leading the way now in his third season in the National Football League as this Baltimore offense gets set to go.
We've had dual-threat quarterbacks in the NFL in the past, and we've had some really good ones, but I don't know if we've had one quite like Lamar Jackson. Led the league in touchdown pass with 36 last season. Set the all-time record for rushing yards in a single season for a quarterback at over 1,200 yards, and he led his Baltimore Ravens to a 14-2 regular season mark, best in the NFL. The sky is the limit for Lamar Jackson.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Geno Atkins, he's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. So now the Bengals get ready for their first drive. Leading them out, the reigning MVP of the National Football League in his 3rd season now from Louisville, it's Lamar Jackson.
And what a sophomore season he had for the Cardinals. Pretty much swept every major quarterback award, including the Heisman Trophy. And we spend a lot of time talking about his legs. Formidable. He can run the ball like few others, but the key to everything for him is his ability to be accurate from the pocket.
And the Bengals first down.
Jackson on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Being chased out left. He'll try and run it. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Jackson always a threat to run. He's got the first down. He was the NFL's leading rusher among QBs a year ago. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Zach Ertz there to make the grab. And the Bengals are going to take a first-quarter lead. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football, all right? When you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
Now this will make it into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Brought down at the 31. That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 4.
from the gun on third down. Jackson, and that will be incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Now it's Lockett. Spins away. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And that will come the offense as they take over.
Here comes the offense again for Cincinnati. The Bengals 1-3-1 now following a 27-3 loss to division rival Baltimore in Week 5. And Joe Burrow, coming off that string of 3 straight 300-yard games, looked more like a rookie in this one. Threw for under 200, was sacked 7 times. The offense also punted 7 times. They could not find the end zone. And CD, they looked so good through some of the early games. This is the first time that they really got stepped on.
It is, and it's, that's what you expect with a rookie quarterback and a team that's still having to replenish talent. This Bengals team has played hard. They've been aggressive throughout. They played over their heads in a sense in certain occasions. But they were playing Baltimore. This is one of the better teams in the league, one of the better defenses. Shouldn't be a major surprise that the young quarterback would struggle against that team. Sacked 7 times, it probably could have been 10 or more. So they were fortunate that that didn't happen. But I still like the future. And if you're a Bengals fan, you should too. You've got your quarterback. They just have to keep drafting well, signing the right free agents, and they'll get back into the fray in the AFC North. At Indy next week, home for Cleveland and Tennessee. So the schedule's still doing them no favors.
They go play action now. Jackson. Yeah, this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 19. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
A strong running. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the pressure.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure to just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Chris Boswell set to kick off.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Taken in at the 3. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Bengals grab it. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Cincinnati touchdown. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. Extra point put through by Boswell, and it's now 21-0.
Chris Boswell set to kick off.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando. of this first half of action. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
Well, switching gears for a second. Look, Charles, we know it's part of the game, but injuries, again, a big story in Week 5. Most notably, of course, Dak Prescott. Pretty severe ankle injury that's going to keep him out the remainder of the season. And that's really just the latest in what has been a tough year already. Gosh, you could probably build an all-pro team, Charles, with some of the guys who have gone down.
Yeah, an all-pro team, and at worst, a Pro Bowl team, because you're talking about names like Saquon Barkley with the New York Giants, Cortland Sutton with Denver, Marlon Mack, Indianapolis, Nick Bosa, San Francisco, all of them injuries that have them lost for the year. Michael Thomas got hurt in the season opener with New Orleans. We haven't seen him since. Nick Chubb with Cleveland on IR. Christian McCaffrey with Carolina. They've all missed significant time, so it's been a tough year for injuries. Some teams are playing around them better than others, and we'll see how it goes the rest of the year, but we wish all these guys who are hurt a speedy recovery.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson.
Oh, the slam complete to Hopkins.
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up first and goal.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals, they widen their lead.
Chris Boswell on for the point after.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
Chris Boswell set to kick off.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Taken in at the 3. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson. And some room to maneuver.
Ain't doing nothing.
And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful, because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with.
And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. A great effort there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And this offense continues to pour it on.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow, because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Boswell good with the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half.
Chris Boswell set to kick off.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Taken in at the 3. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. Larry Fitzgerald was the intended target, but now it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turn. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go.
Ravens, nothing.
The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. Tyler Lockett now with a return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Bengals take over first and 10.
The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. And let's look at their passing game, more specifically their receiving game. These guys have been great out wide.
I'm with you on that one. We'll look at it, and we'll enjoy it.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback.
DeAndre Hopkins, he's all alone. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. DeAndre Hopkins, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals just continue to pour it on.
Okay, we need to double check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats. But what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice, healthy lead.
Well, after the first drive, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click.
And right
I just said click a lot.
Yes, you did, but that's okay because the guy who's coordinating the defense, trying to slow them down,
good luck.
He's going to have hair that looks like mine very soon. Not much of it.
Ravens,
extra point put through by Boswell. And that will extend this big lead.
Set to kick off.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Bengals grab it.
Recovered by the kicking team.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
Taken down.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. 2nd and 8 coming from the 19. They'll keep it on the ground. It's George. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a good gain of 11. Sets them up 1st and goal.
1st and goal.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
Tackle made.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
On 2nd down now. It's George. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is a time.
And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And this offense is running away with this one.
I know a lot of people look at these games and think, all right, this thing's done. Let's have some sportsmanship. Let's not try and score. You should never do that in the NFL. I've seen big leads blown, and teams that look like they had a victory, all of a sudden we're going home with a loss.
Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more.
Chris Boswell set to kick off.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call? Yeah. We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Ravens nothing.
From the gun, it's Jackson. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
That was definitely what we call our defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. To throw again is Jackson. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson. And is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's brought down. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another 1st down.
You know, when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense.
And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give him credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. And he'll bang that one through. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's capped off by the Baltimore score. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Lockett the return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Bengals 40.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's